Well, this is the first test here. Hope you can hear me okay, of course. Well, you're probably first wondering, what the heck am I riding, you know? This is not your normal bicycle, is it? Well, found this some years ago, and I love it. What this is a recumbent bike, of course. I guess it's called a mid-rise recumbent bike. But this one's weird. This one folds up, fits in the back of my little sports car when I had one. So it folds right around on itself. Because of that, it did it in a way that makes it really easy to fold. Just pop the seat off and fold it by having it be front-wheel drive. So it's front-wheel drive, but it manages 27 gears. Yeah, it's an odd bike. You're probably also about to comment, you know, the whole nanny thing of, Clark, you're not wearing a helmet. Nope, I'm not wearing a helmet. I'm an adult and I'll decide what the heck I want to do there. But I've ridden this quite a bit. Used to wear a helmet, and I found the helmet really didn't seem to be useful because you do not ever fall forward over the handlebars on a recumbent bike. Obviously. If you fall, you tend to fall over sideways, right on your shoulder. Head's well protected. You'd be really hard pressed unless you were like actually hit by a car to hurt your head. On the other hand, what I think is vitally important on a recumbent bike is clipless pedals and lock-in shoes. And I'm not using those right now because I can't find them. So I've ordered a new pair. They'll be in before my next ride. The reason for that is if I were to slip my foot off the pedal and then it went down, you can imagine the damage that would do if that went under me, caught on the pavement, and I was doing 30 miles an hour. So I use clip pedals and I don't use a helmet. I use a big floppy hat because I just like my hat, keeps sun off me. Not low drag, but everything else about this bike is so low drag. I move right along with these things, but probably most important reason to use one is so much more comfortable and easier on your body. I used to have a road bike, and sometimes your arms or your hands would get numb, and your back would always hurt, and bits of your body that a man would rather not get numb would get numb. Well, this is so comfortable. Got a pillow here to keep my head nice and supported, just where it needs to be. Full back support. I've been out on bike rides with people. We get someplace and they're like, oh, I'm exhausted, and there's a park bench, and they all get off their bikes and have a rest on the park bench. Well, I did it for a while and realized I don't like the bench. Roll my bicycle over and sit on my bike and chat with them. I guess the other thing about recumbent bikes is people are concerned that cars can't see me. Well, I thought about that, and at first I used to have a big flag, you know. And I realized it's not the case at all. Cars can't see regular bikes because they see them all the time, and they just drive like they're not there because it's just like passing a tree. But when someone sees a recumbent bike, they slow down, they take a look, and they give me like 5 feet of space minimum because I'm unique. Catches attention. Oh, and whenever you pass a kid, oh man, it's like a spaceship just went by them because, you know, kids are very bicycle based, and when they see a bike they've never seen before, oh, they want to know about it, and whew. So, it's kind of a good, I'd recommend a recumbent, especially for an older man, but Very technical ride. You're going to have to relearn how to ride a bike. You are lying down, so you can't lean at all. Everything is done with the little handlebars. So it's like how every bike works, but you don't think about it on a regular bike. But if you want to turn right, you turn the wheel left. That causes it to tip over a bit, and then you catch it by turning the wheel to the right, and that's how you make the turn. It's very apparent you're doing that when you're lying down, because you can't make little adjustments by moving your center of mass. Sorry if I'm a bit out of breath here. And honestly, I'm just going around the block because I haven't done this in a while. I haven't been back here where my bike is. In fact, I'm still fixing things on the bike. So there's that. But since the divorce, I've been lying on the couch an awful lot, it seems. And I need to get some endurance and some health back together. So I decided to use the bike. And I figured the first trip is better doing a couple miles just going around my block, because that way something goes wrong, it's a short walk home. I was talking to my friend Clay here earlier. He's just bought a camper, and oh God, nothing ever comes right first time. He's having to drive it halfway across the state repeatedly and have them fix his refrigerator. Simple thing, but nope, they didn't get it right. I guess he bought it with a dent in it on the condition they would replace the refrigerator, and they did, but they replaced it with another defective one. That's why it's good to do your own stuff. If Clay was a more do-it-yourself guy, it sounds ridiculous, but having them ship the fridge to you and you install it yourself would take less hours out of your life than driving however many hours he has to, drop it off, go back another day, pick it up. You know, he lost 2 days of his life. I'd rather use 2 hours and just do it myself. And then I put it in, so I know how it's installed. I know where the wires run. I'm ready to maintain it in the future. We've been having a lot of rain. A lot of these lawns look like they're not cared for, I guess, by some people's standards. In this neighborhood, we don't care so much. We care more about people in the houses than how you keep your house. But man, Florida grass grows. 1 week and it looks like a hayfield, if it rains. Really miss the clipless pedals. I can feel my body wants to pull on the pedal on the bottom a little bit. Making circles with my feet, not pushing down. It's kind of another difference, I guess. Took me a while to get used to that. You go up a hill on like a mountain bike, you stand up on your pedals, you put your whole weight down on it, up you go. You're like stair climbing. Not a recumbent, you know. Can't stand up on those. And I'd go out with people, and it was kind of an antisocial ride in that we would get to a hill and they would just go right past me, and I'm working my little heart out in low gear to make it up the hill. And then I get to the top of the hill and they start going down the hill and I start going down the hill, except I got like no drag. I'm lying down here. So if I'm coasting and I bring my knees in and my elbows in, I can do 35 miles an hour down a hill, no problem. Whoosh, I'm right past them. Next hill, they're past me. So that was a bother. But then I discovered, if you ride a recumbent, remember this piece of wisdom. It took me a year to figure it out. When you want to push harder on the pedals, don't think about pedaling harder. Think about trying to push your back hard into the seat. And it works well. And if you were strong enough, that's actually better than standing up, because all you can do is use gravity to push down when you're standing up. But with the seat, it's like if I was doing leg presses. I may be able to leg press 300 pounds if I was in good shape, but I don't weigh 300 pounds. It's because my back is being pushed into a seat. You do the same thing on a recumbent bike. I don't have my little speedometer on now because I'm ordering a new battery. But I'd like to know how fast I'm going. I don't think I'm going very fast. And I'm just a little out of wind. But seems though when I did the trips before, it was like 20 miles, I think at 20 miles an hour average. I'm maybe not looking forward to seeing what bad shape I'm in and what I can do on my long route when I first try it. It's becoming a lot more natural to go through the corners now. I'm no great cyclist, but learned over the years, you want to keep your pedal cadence up. Mine's not super high right now because I get out of wind right now, but if you train to spin your feet faster and get comfortable with it, it's like driving around in lower gear, and it's easier to make the bike do what you want. Kind of keep it at the same RPM all the time at the pedals and shift. Oh, the shifting on this is kind of neat too. This is my shifter for the derailleur, and it has 9 speeds. It's a little out of adjustment now. I could hear it making noise in the really low gears. If you want range, they set this bike up so there's a facility for putting a front derailleur on it, but I don't. It has an in-axle 3-speed, like an old 50s bike. And I know, not efficient, but in the middle gear, it's perfectly efficient because it's just a lockup, 1-to-1. And that's fine. That's where I am most of the time. And if I need to go up a really big hill, I drop that down into, low. It gives me that crazy low gear. And in that crazy low gear, I can get up the hill. So that's fine. Little loss, but I'm getting up the hill. It beats walking. And then if I'm going really fast, usually more of a downhill situation where I need more top end gears, I can pop it up, and then it gives you that high derailleur effect. Up there, again, a little loss, but hey, when you're going 30 miles an hour, it's fun. And it sure beats being in a gym, pedaling hard, listening to music, and just watching the wall in front of you, or watching the numbers on the screen. Get to keep my mind occupied, thinking about where the traffic is around me, looking at the beauty. I definitely am in beauty withdrawal lately. Need to get out and do more. Well, this might let me do a video and get out and do something, get a little healthy, some endurance back. I'm just talking now because I think there's a good chance I'm not going to use any of this footage. I'm just testing the equipment. But in case I do, in case a bunch of people ask me bicycle questions, I'll probably throw this up. And I'll have it. If I get behind on videos because I'm in Europe doing stuff, well, I'll have these. And if I don't, if I get ahead, maybe I'll put one out on a Wednesday, because honestly, I don't think I've taught you anything, you know, life-changing. But might be nice for a Wednesday chat. Well, like all these, you tell me what you think. I'm gonna know because, you know, if it gets 800 views, it's like, okay, I won't be doing any more of those. That'll ruin the channel. But, you know, click the little like thing. It really does help. It helps the algorithm on YouTube, but helps me too, you know? If I see, my little limit is, especially in the first day, if I see my fans, like for every 10 views I get 1 like, that's an okay video. If I don't see a 10-to-1 ratio, I'm thinking, I screwed up. They don't like this. I feel bad about myself. So hit the like. Give an old man a bone, huh? Bye from Clark, not on Temptress.